exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing, baby? There we are. Shit, baby, it's Sunday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And I'm glad y'all are here, baby. Wouldn't be a family meeting without the family. So yeah, I'm pretty tickled at that everybody's here. Michael James was the first one to jump in. He's woke up this morning, got a blue dot in my eye. That's right, Michael. And let me see, Stephanie Dean. Oh, hell, Stephanie Dean and Jay are together. Stephanie, is the hose handy? I'm just asking, and and there's a reason I'm asking everybody, so I would just keep that hose handy. You might need it again. Dorothy Tyndall is here. The remixtress is with us. Curtis Wood, thank you for being here. Jeff Curry's here. Nancy Halverson. Richard Phillips, thank you. Tina Riley. Gene Shanky, how you doing, darling? Christopher Clayton. Mark Perkins. Tracy Tobias, my next door imaginary friend. Anyway, Dizzy Duke is here. Amanda Elliott. Aaron Trombley, thank you for being here. Karen Van Wyk. Just bragging. I'm bragging. I'm glad you are here, darling. BW, S. Warren all the way here. Hey, Curtis, United Auto Workers, Local 370, baby. Union, there you go. Let me see. Our own Bernadette Priya's in the room. Thank you very much, darling. Let me see. Jeanette Miller is here. Amanda Elliott, Mark Perkins. Oh, Lord, I'm getting lost. Dennis Utenreiner is here. Jeanette Miller. Let me see. I done lost my ass. Anyway, how the hell y'all doing? It is Sunday. What's going on? Well, outside of being sore, Travis and I spent the day pulling fence posts out of the ground, a chain, a cinder block, and a railroad iron. Anyway, a lot of fun. You ought to try it. Anyway. No. Yeah, let's don't say we did. Yeah, your body would be a whole lot better off. It's kind of hard getting fence post out of the ground. It's been in there forever. And but we tested the old muscles today. Anyway, they ain't worth a shit, by the way. What's going on? Well, what little I did see today, because we were quite busy. I know Zelensky is calling for talks with Putin. In the back of my head, I'm laughing, thinking, what's the chance of Putin's going to accept that offer? I don't think much at all. I think Putin is hell-bent on doing whatever the hell he wants. And I don't know. They say he's paranoid. They say he's a lot of things. What I see is just a madman who's gone. You know, they had a story earlier. I'm going to ramble here a little bit because, like I said, we was busy all day. Just on the overall, I've seen the story today of a tank. I think this is in Maripol, attacking a nursing home. 56 residents, old people, died in this nursing home by a tank. When you're doing it by a tank, you're close enough to where you're taking an aim. You know what the fuck you're doing. You know, that's bullshit. That is utter. That's a war crime. That is just utter disregard for human life on a level that It's getting worse. Every freaking day you turn on the news and you see this shit. Putin's over there launching hypersonic missiles across that. I don't know. To me, that's an act of a desperate man. Really, is shooting supersonic missiles, hypersonic missiles next door. Really, seems like it's a waste of. Anyway, yeah, it's bad. But Zelensky, who's up against the wall here, man? He is fighting tooth and nail for his country, for his people. His people have stepped up. We haven't seen a leader on the world stage like this in a long time, baby. Not in a long time. And not only are Ukrainians proud of him, the world has gotten behind him. I feel patriotic for Ukraine in weird moments. I see Poroshenko when they're interviewing him, the former president of Ukraine, who's out there with a flak jacket in the street praising his president and fighting with the forces. Makes me feel proud of them. We don't have that shit. We don't have a former president that's going to step up and do anything but stick his foot in his mouth. You can sell bullshit. If it ain't a dime for it, then he ain't interested in it. But I don't know. Every day you get more and more heartbroken over what you're seeing, and I want so much to see a major response. But knowing what that means, again, you're torn between those feelings of let's go kick some ass and let's make sure the world don't fucking blow up. So I can only imagine the pressures that are on our leaders and the leaders of Eastern Europe that are on the forefront of this shit. Poland, I just can't say enough good things about Poland and how they've stepped up with this. It's brought the world together, as we should have for a lot of causes around the world that we haven't. But this, I don't know, bridge too far sometimes. Belda Lee, how are you, darling? Belda? Uh-oh, I'm not hearing you, dear. I see you lighting up, but I'm not hearing you. Wait, we may have a problem. Houston, we have found the button.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. We just had to hit the right button. How are you doing, Belda?
I'm doing great.
Oh, me too. Need a new couple of shoulders and some new younger muscles, but other than that, I'm doing fine.
I need a new hip, so we're both in good condition.
Ain't it pitiful when we get this age, we need parts. Parts is parts, you know. I need shoulders. They want to give me shoulders. By the end of this shit, I think I'm going to need knees. Shit. It's like going to the parts store instead of the doctor. So how's everything in your world?
We're going to be so full of hardware by the time of the end.
I know it.
It's doing great. We're up to 77. We're at 77 today.
Really? Good weather today? We had another beautiful day down here in South Texas. The sun was shining all day long. As a matter of fact, I slept.
My plum trees are in full blossom.
Well, everything around here is dead. Everything's here is dead. Dead trees, dead grass. You know, we had that freeze that came through, a month or so ago.
We had it here.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, we got it. You got it. If we get it down here, everybody got it. You know.
Well, I'm only 600 miles from you.
Wait a minute. How far?
600.
600? Is that all?
Yeah.
It takes me that much to get out of Texas.
I'm just a little bit north of Little Rock.
I've been to Little Rock. I liked you know where I was? Lake Catherine. You know where that is?
No.
No, it's just right outside of, it's a lake right out, like y'all have a shortage of lakes up there. It's a lake right outside of, I guess it's southwest of Little Rock. That's where we stayed, and then we, explored Little Rock.
Is that down by Diamond Crater Diamond?
No, I didn't go there. I should have. I didn't even think about going to the Crater of the Diamonds when I was in Arkansas. I was worried about fishing, looking for a good fishing spot.
We went one time in 2006 when we first moved down here. We had a lot of fun.
You know what amazed me when I pulled into
anything.
Arkansas, Velda?
Yeah.
Because we had zigzagged Texas all over the place. When I retired in 2001, get the RV out, let's go, boom. We hit the zigzagging all over Texas, then we decided, let's go to Arkansas. Pulled into Arkansas, pulled into the first state park, and they said, howdy, come on in. Huh? How much it costs? No, cost, shit, come on in. Really? No charge. Fucking Texas, what are you doing charging my ass? Arkansas, the state parks are free. Now, if you're going to camp there, you have to pay for the camping, but to enter in, it's free.
Talking about parks, I've just gone through Wayne's wallet.
Oh,
I
darling.
finally did that. And what do I come across? I come across his golden pass. They don't give them anymore. For the national forest.
For the national parks.
Yeah, where we could go in and camp for free.
They don't give that anymore? They don't offer that?
No.
No shit.
Nope.
Well, that was a good deal because you can go to any national park and just flash the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they charge for them too.
Yeah, we got that back, oh God, I think probably in 89 or in the or 90s. But it's been worth its gold all the time.
It's still worth gold, ain't it? As a matter of fact, I think it increased in value a little bit.
No, we got it in the 90s. We got it in the 90s when he retired.
Wow. Well.
We got it when he was 65.
Little treasures you'll find along the way.
Yep.
Those are good. Those are good treasures, though, Velda. They're sometimes heartbreaking, but you always end it with a smile because it makes you remember.
Well, we, talking about camping and stuff like that, we used to do that all the time.
There you go. See? Yeah. Oh, I loved it. We loved it. Well, RV camping, not that tent stuff. I'm not up for that anymore. No. Anyway.
I miss my fifth wheel.
Yeah. I was just out there on top of my old fifth wheel the other day. I was thinking, I've seen shows on how to remodel these things. I ought to rip it apart and then I start thinking to my shoulders. Anyway, Velda, thank you for being here. Let's bring in Keith. Keith and Kathy.
Oh, hello there, John.
How you doing, Keith?
I'm doing good. Kathy can hear you, but she's on the floor.
What did you do to her?
Under her desk.
What, is she hiding from you? What did you do, Keith?
She's cleaning.
My mind just went to police academy.
Yeah. What did you do? How's everything going, Keith?
Everything's okay, John.
Good. You ought to hear the story about Stephanie and Jay Clayton out there telling you there's a water hose involved. And it gets, Anyway, moving on.
I've been watching a lot of videos.
Have you?
Jake in my head.
What kind of videos?
The videos about what's going on.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, Keith. It's you want to jump up and jump inside. You want to grab a gun yourself and run over there. Shit, let's get this shit done. And it's that, and I'm sure it's that way for a lot of us. You're torn between the reasonable side of you that says we have to find an end to this shit, negotiate our way out of this crap, and then the other side of you that just says, fuck this, let's go kick some ass. And it's a difficult thing to navigate within my own head.
I don't think they'd want either one of us, John.
And I don't think so either. No. As pissed off as I am, every freaking Russian I'd see looked like Trump, and there I go. That's all the motivation I need. Is that disgusting piece of crap, who I still believe is the one that brought us all of this shit. It brought us this war in Ukraine. It brought everything. That disgusting traitor of a man that was in our house. Anyway.
I seen a video on at DW at Broadcasting Network out of Germany. Anyhow,
I must have missed it. What is it of?
DW. That's the name of the network.
Oh, I haven't seen
Okay,
that one, I guess.
it's sort of like BBC, only it's out of Germany.
Oh, okay.
They have like half-hour programs, and the one I seen today, two people they looked at. They looked at this orchestra leader that
Right.
led an orchestra of people from all over the Baltic countries.
Right.
And back before all this happened, okay, before all this happened to Ukraine, there's Ukrainian people in this. They were being sponsored, okay? Not that they were putting anything on their uniforms, nothing like that, but they were receiving money from a big Russian oil firm.
Right.
So now, they're in a. He said, we're not. All we want to do is play music, okay? And what they put you in mind of is, I don't know if you've ever heard of anything, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, like them.
I don't know,
Okay.
Travis. Have you ever heard of them?
No, I can't say so.
Can't say I have. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, you say?
You can catch them around Christmas time.
Brother, I know who they are. And so does Travis.
Anyhow,
It was the first concert I've ever been to.
the other person they had on there is a Ukrainian musician.
Right.
Yeah, he writes music. He's a composer, and he's known the world round. Well, he got out of Ukraine. He's in Berlin. He's got his daughter and granddaughter with him. They interviewed this guy, and that's the one. That's the person that was interesting listening to,
Right.
because he was talking about what's going on over there, and that the things that they're doing is going to set back immensely every part of that civilization.
Yes.
Universities,
Look at the
museums,
devastation of the infrastructure itself, Keith. They're destroying everything. And that has been his MO in the past. He will flatten everything there is, and indiscriminately kill everybody. Let's pause for a minute and let's get Curtis Wood in here. Curtis, are you in here with us? Curtis, are you there?
Did you turn his on button on?
Everybody's on, but everybody came there. Uh-oh, he muted. He might be having a little problem. He'll work it out here. Yeah. All right,
I just had to. I've been having problems staying connected.
have you?
If I disappeared, you know that my internet went to crap again.
Well, usually if a butterfly flies by, we'll lose ours. That's the way it goes around here. What
Your
is the
butterflies
discussion
have
going
invaded
on about
Arkansas.
in the conversation in the chat? Am I missing something over here? There was a conversation going on over here about, I guess, the legalization of weed. Anyways, bring it. I saw that Suzanne Jarrett was bragging that it's always 420 in California. Curtis, are you there?
I'm here. Are you here?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
First of all, let me clear one thing up.
Uh-oh.
UA Local 370 is not an auto worker. It's a pipe fitter, man.
UA? I thought that was United Auto Workers. Huh?
No, that's you're thinking UAW. This is UA, United Association of Pipe Fitters, Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and Sprinkler Fitters, Canada and USA.
That's why I liked your comment the other day. Anybody who's into hot iron, that's my kind of people. If it'll burn the shit out of you, I'm there. Anyway. Curtis, remind me where in the country you are.
I'm up in Flint, out of Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
Out of Flint.
Out of Flint, Michigan. Well, now there's a town that's been in the news for a long time. Have they ever gotten that straightened out? The water situation
No.
in Flint? I didn't think so. Last I heard, they were still.
No.
Not completely, but it's a whole lot better than it was.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Aaron Trombley says, shout out to the steam fitters. Look at there. And Susan
right.
Jarrett says she's a proud member of Local 447. Really? I didn't know that about you, Suzanne. Well, see there, you find out shit about people every day. I was part of the American Federation of Government Employees. And,
Pray tell, we're 444. The 440? Did she say 440?
447. 447. It's got to be out in California. That's where she lives. Yeah. You know, God's country out there, I guess. That's what Bernadette was saying a minute ago. Oh, that's what I was talking. I saw a conversation in there about, I guess, legalization or whatever it was, how great it was. S. Warren, how much is a quarter ounce of weed? Well, it depends on what kind of weed you're talking about, really. Anyway, Marcia and I just did watch a special. Geez, I can't remember what channel it was because I don't pay attention. Marcia says, hey, you want to watch this? And I go, sure. And watch two things, really. A movie with Brian Reynolds in it about time travel. And that was pretty cute. Travis knows the title of it here in a minute. That was pretty good. But then me and Marcia sat down and watched this documentary about, it was We the People, but it was in a little funny word there, Weed the People. And I said, sure, what about weed? You know, I want to watch. And what it was is an eye-opening, just an astounding documentary on the benefits of cannabis for childhood cancers, brain cancers.
There's all kinds of good stuff going on with that, man.
It is. This story was filled with, well, you know, and again, I'm sure it was selective. You know, I'm sure there's not a happy ending anytime when you're dealing with cancer, but any victory is a large thing, and they were dosing cannabis and different types of cannabis with small children, even babies, with tiny amounts, just a tiny amount on a pacifier. And you know, the stories of you know, this one kid that the tumor shrunk by half, and another small little baby, it damn near disappeared, and it was all it was all due to this the treatment with this. But there's no study on it in the United States. There is in Israel, and that's where a lot of the research is coming out of, but not in the United States because marijuana is still classified as a class 1 drug, and right there with heroin and, you know, just every other nasty thing you could think of. And it's bullshit because class 1 says there's no medicinal value. Cocaine is not on that list. Cocaine has medicinal values. They still derive drugs from the coca plant. They're saying marijuana, nothing in it has any medicinal value. And it was this kind of documentary that just screams the hypocrisy of what the United States is willing to do to keep a drug like marijuana in its, on the list.
Let me tell you a little story I got about. Well, first of all, let me rub this in.
Go ahead, rub it in.
My brother grew himself a couple plants last year because it's legal here, and
fuck you.
He gave me a big old. It was like a gallon Ziploc bag full at Christmas.
Yeah,
and I just got done finishing that thing up, man.
Fuck you.
But
you just called in to ruin my day, didn't you?
Here's the sticker to it, buddy.
What?
If I want a job where I got it's still not federally legal. So if I want a job that is nationwide, I got to clean up. I got to take a test.
Yes you do. Yes, you do. Because federal government can have that shit.
You know,
it's
about the marijuana being a
a
medical plant.
right?
Um, the biggest down. What I bet $9 to a hole in a donut is being pushed down by the pharmaceutical companies.
I guess you are.
Mm-mm-mm.
I just bet they just don't want anything to do with it because it'll cut into their big prices of high end.
Well, that's
designer
one of
drugs.
the side stories of this documentary I watched. The biggest opponent to legalization is big pharma. The big pharma doesn't want your ass getting cured by a marijuana plant. No. They got a pill for you. They got a pill, everything from the depths of your depression to the heights of your erection. It doesn't matter what the hell it is wrong with you. They got a pill for you, baby. And
Oxycodone.
huh?
Oxycodone, man.
Oxycodone, man. Look at how much money they made on that shit, baby. They got
many
drugs
lives
for
they
your ass
destroyed.
out there. They don't want your
Oh.
piddly ass messing around with getting some. Oh shit!
Give
Don't do
us
that.
that, we'll invent something that'll get you off of it.
Yeah, and then so you get hooked on that. Let me thank Suzanne Jarrett, who came in with a $5 donation, just to let you know, Curtis, that she is a proud member of Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 447 out of Sacramento, California. There you go, baby. You like your job. You like having a break on your job. You like having a lunch hour on your job. You like having benefits. Thank a fucking union, because they're the ones that gave it to you. They're the ones that fought for the rights of the working people in this country. And
Do you like a weekend off once in a while?
yeah, holiday. You want Christmas off? Scrooge. Yeah. Thank a union for that, because they fought for it, and they continue to this day. And now
Hey,
a
but
lot of
Doug-
people are caught into the right to work state. Texas is a right to work state. Hell, you got a right to work. You got a right to get your ass fired for anything. You fart crossways after 20 years and they'll fire your ass. Who gives a
John,
shit?
we're,
Just to keep you from getting your pension.
You bet your ass. There you go.
let me tell you something else about that. You can go ahead and work Christmas, but they don't want to pay you for that because
Yeah.
it's triple time, buddy.
Yeah, no. And America is a working class country. It's the working class that makes all the wheels and cogs turn, that make everything across this country and ship it back and forth, sell it to you, and bag it, ship it right to your house. It's the working people of this world that need to benefit a little bit more from their labor, and a little less to corporate America and stockholders. So yeah, unions play a big part of that, and companies don't like them. What is it? There's Starbucks
We
right
built
now.
a
There's one right now.
buddy.
They're trying to bust up. They don't want to unionize. They don't want their employees being under a union contract. They want to play it by ear, baby. And a lot of companies are like that.
John, there's still some good ones out there that don't. There's still
That's-
some good union companies out there that
Yes,
play
there are.
by the rule.
Who care about their employees? But you could try to force an employee to work, and he'll work for you, but he ain't going to give you the best he's got. You make an employee want to work for you, and then you're going to get the best that guy has to offer you. You just treat your people as the most important thing in your company, because they are. Because without them, you ain't got a freaking company.
I grew up, my father's a union contractor, and that's how I got in there in the first place. It's nepotism. Let's speak it out plain.
Yeah, your dad was in there, so you got in. Yeah.
He told me a long time ago, he said, I don't care what the wage is, as long as everybody else has got to bid the job at the same wage, it's fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
And there you go.
Yeah. Well, I did the same thing. I got into the same union my dad was in. It was called the Navy, local all over the world. That was my union. But yeah, it is. It's the working man of the world, and that is what.
That's
but
a big one, Jim. That's a big union.
The disgusting part of it is we don't have to look far in our country to see those that like Betsy DeVos, like 8-10 yachts now. I don't know how many she's got. It's disgustingly rich people that just they got it off the backs of the people that work for them. Like I always say, you go look at a healthcare CEO. I don't know, pick a healthcare company, go look at the CEO, see what they get paid, and try to figure out how many policies they have to sell just to pay his salary. Fuck all the medical attention you need. We got to pay this guy's salary first, and it's disgusting. Anyway,
well,
I guess I'm sliding off
about-
topic. Huh?
John,
about the,
I just want to slide backwards for a minute about that medical marijuana thing.
What about medical marijuana?
Just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay.
I was this degenerative disc that I have.
Right.
My doctor, he's a friend. He wouldn't do nothing to harm me. Okay? But my doctor, who is now retired,
Right.
was prescribing opiates, pain.
Right.
Okay. And at the time, they were billed as a miracle drug.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
And they worked. They took away the pain.
but yeah, that but caused a wealth of other problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Kathy could see where it all was going. Okay.
Right.
And because I would go in there and they would tell me, okay, now you got to come into the doctor's office and pick up your prescription before you can go to the pharmacy. Then it was, well, you got to come in here and pick it up. You got to sign for it. Okay. And it just went on and on and on, making it more complicated. And Kathy could see where it was going. So she took me off the opiates, not telling me. She was substituting one of the pills. Okay.
Right.
And then when we got to that point, I went to see this doctor, and he prescribed medical marijuana. And does it make all the pain go away? No.
No.
Neither did the opiates. Okay.
No, yeah. Yeah.
It's a whole.
It
hell
makes
of a
it
lot
tolerable.
better. Yes.
It makes
Yes,
it tolerable.
Exactly. But you can live with that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are times when I'm down, I'm in bed, I can't. Yeah. But for the most part,
Jade Clayton.
it does what it needs to do.
Right. Let me
And
give a quick shout out. Jay Clayton and Stephanie are going out to dinner and getting to a hotel later. Take the hose, Stephanie. Anyway, Keith, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that it works. And the sad part is you are correct. It is the pharmaceutical companies that prevent
Yes.
it from being legalized because they don't want that. It's going to take away from their market.
That's
kinda
exactly
sad.
what it is, Keith. And by
It's kinda
doing so,
sad, really.
it keeps what it does is it stops the research because it is a Schedule I drug, meaning there is no medicinal value. You cannot test it in the United States. You cannot do case studies. You can't do a placebo test. So and so get some, so and so get none. You can't do those kind of tests in the United States because it's a Schedule I drug. Now we know.
Yeah.
We know from documentaries like what I just watched and from personal experience and everything else that I know, you can read lots of articles on the benefits of medical marijuana. And that's why medical marijuana is legalized in a lot of these states, not mine, because it has proven to have medicinal value. And we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of it, and that was the hard part of this one. We all know that.
They want to get rid.
Well, go ahead, Keith.
They want to get rid of the opiates. Okay, you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Politicians. "Oh, get rid of the
Yeah, that's what they
opiates."
say.
Here's
There's
a
still
good
money to
way
be made,
do
though.
it.
It just needs to be regulated, Keith. That's all. That's all. If you just regulate it, you got no problem.
Can I butt in here?
Sure.
I'd like to take that ringing in my ear and throw it to the other ear and tell you that big oil companies they successfully stopped the innovation of electric cars
Oh,
back in the 19th.
they're still trying to. I mean, they're going to them, but oil, no. Big oil, they don't want electric cars. They're still lobbying
Hell.
against the charging stations. We want to do all that shit. Yeah.
Isn't it the same thing on another different
Yes,
industry?
yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's trying to prevent progress in something for financial gain that you're getting. You're making money off the coal, so why get off coal?
Exactly.
Yeah, big oil's the same way. And we're not talking about doing away with oil because we can't. Because there are a lot of petrochemicals that we use to make this computer, to make things that we use. We use a lot of petrochemicals. But if we quit burning this shit, well, then we quit polluting the air. So it's concentrated. But yeah, they're gonna. I'm trying to read John Bernard. The government has. Oh man, and there it went, Suzanne. Let me catch up. I'm going to get all distracted here. Nana Lovely, our own Tammy Ames, came in with a $5 donation, and this is a very good. This is something that's trending around the country, around the world, really. She says, join me on April 10th at 1:11 Eastern Standard Time. That's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. And simply go outside and sing. Sing and play. We Are the World. Let's support them together. Let's support Ukraine together and drown out the sound of war for 5 minutes. Yes, this thing is trending. And Nana Lovely, thank you very much. Speaking of drugs, I have drugs. See my drugs? It's a lidocaine patch. I have one on both shoulders, and. So yeah, I'm doing drugs. That Nana Lovely. That is a thing that's going around. Y'all remember the "We Are the World"? That song that took the world. That lifted us all up. On April 10th at 1:11 Eastern Standard Time. Play that song. Play that song. Even if it's in your head, sing that song. And I ain't got no problem singing at all, baby. Anyway, Nana Lovely, thank you very much.
Speakers in the backyard, throw them on and blast it, man.
Oh yeah, there you go. Really play them up.
Didn't that song? Wasn't that also where they part of the Coca-Cola thing, where they all lined up across the United States and singing that?
I think they were singing.
In the 70s?
I'd like to give the world a Coke and sing, keep it company. Like... That one.
Oh, that was wonderful marketing.
It was great marketing. That's what we need in this world, a little bit more marketing, the right kind.
It was to the same song.
Yeah, We Are the World. I remember they had every famous singer in the world that you could think of was in that studio singing that song. It was quite impressive. And a wonderful thought. If we could just harness that thought, if we could just get our shit together. Never mind. Catman56 came in with $5 and said, when you see a Republican right-wing nut watching Star Trek, slap them. And she keeps saying that too. Slap them. We will never get there with your kind of thinking. That's a big thing with Keith, and I agree with him, man. We ain't gonna get there, man. We're not gonna have that utopia of worlds coming together and searching the universe for No, we can't get over some guy having a black neighbor or a Hispanic neighbor, or by God, there's a lesbian, there's a transgender, oh my God, burn the house, that kind of shit. We can't get past all of that. And yeah, it's hard to imagine that time when we can. Anyway, check out that movie. Oh, Travis ain't in here. God dog it. It's at, anyway. It's about time travel.
John.
Yeah.
Back to marketing.
Back to marketing.
McDonald's.
Huh?
McDonald's. I'd like to see the whole world to see that this don't hurt us at all.
Yeah. Burger King's not pulling out. McDonald's pulled out of Russia. A lot of companies pulled out of Russia. Burger King says, no, wait a minute. There's money here. So.
I think I have heard that the Burger King the Russian branch of Burger King had been sold, that there is some
Well,
sort
they're a
of
franchise. You know, they buy a franchise just like anybody else.
yes, they are, but
Yeah, they're owned by Russians.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I had heard that they actually sold that part of their company, the Russian part of their company, and that's why they're still open. That's all that's something I heard, man.
Thank you very much, Suzanne Jarrett, who just came in and let me know the name of the movie is The Atom Project. That's the name of the movie that I was trying to describe, The Atom Project, and it is quite good. And it's got lightsabers, time travel. It's pretty good.
We saw it. It was good.
You seen it, Keith?
Yes, we did.
Good movie, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Outstanding. Yeah. Now, if we could just make that kind of shit happen. Anyway.
John, I don't watch many movies. I live them.
There you go, buddy. I don't either. It's very seldom I sit down to watch a movie. And Marcia last night just said, "You want to watch a movie?" And I knew it was one of those occasions when the only answer available was, "Well, of course." So that's the movie that she picked.
If you watch real life, isn't there enough entertainment?
Yeah, no. Life has enough thrown at my ass all day long. I very seldom have time to sit down and watch a movie. I don't anymore. I used to enjoy to sit down and read a book. I'm finding less and less time to do that. Yeah, here lately, there's just too much shit. I got posts to move, fences to move, all sorts of fun. Yes.
In Ukraine,
Yes.
one of the simplest war weapons they're using right now are drones.
Yes.
And drones are not that expensive.
Not relative to other weapon systems, no. And I like this one that they're providing now. It's called the Switchblade. Have you seen that? This little thing? Oh, I like this little thing. It's you carry it out in the field. You shoot it out of a little tube, and when it comes out of the tube, the little wings pop out, and it's mounted with a camera, and you fly it with the little screen right there in front of you, and it's a bomb. It's a kamikaze bomb. It's a drone designed to you fly it into whatever you see, and yeah, pretty powerful. So, hello, boys.
They're taking and tying stuff to the drones and then flying just regular kid drones into things too.
What's that now? Say that again.
Okay, what they're taking is the kid-friendly drones.
Yes.
They're not designed for anything but just flying
Right.
around.
Yes.
But they're taking and adapting them and flying them into anything and everything
There
they
you-
can.
There you go. Yes, I heard they were putting Molotov cocktails on them and latching them onto yeah. And all those little drones that you see that kids fly, a lot of them are equipped with cameras, which are great for intelligence. For getting a bird's eye view of what's up in front of you before you move forward in a combat zone. It'd be nice to know who's over that fucking hill up there, so you get to send a little drone up and take a peek. Yeah.
Just normal citizens, kids, whatever, running a drone. Let's do some reconnaissance.
I'm telling you, I am so proud, really, of the way the Ukrainians have stepped up. We talk about national pride and everything. If this was America, man, I want to think that we'd all come together. I want to think that we're all going to come together and fight on the same side. I'm not too sure. I hope it is. I do. I hope it is where you live. I hope there's no question that those around you would rally. Yeah, I'm afraid they might rally, but
For who?
yeah, for who would be the question.
Yeah.
It runs that deep. And that's a divide this country can't. That's the hole that we have to dig ourselves out of. If we want
John,
to be.
There's a lot of farms up here, and there's a lot of guys that like to wear breastplates and carry rifles and stuff like that.
Yep, malicious, buddy. They're all over the place. Michael James, are you in the room with us, brother?
How are you, John?
I'm doing just fine. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, sir.
Good.
I wanted to. Thanks for letting me in here to say what I got to say. I want to jump back and point out the hypocrisy back on the cannabis issue.
All right.
The U.S. government actually owns patent number 6630507, which is for any properties that cannabis might have.
Oh,
They've
pray
owned
tell.
Yeah. Patent 6630507. Look it up. It's been there for quite a while. The government owns that patent, and it is purely for any properties cannabis might have. Now, to have that Schedule 1 and still want to own a patent on it saying it has no property.
It seems that that's at odds there, Michael.
It's kind of
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah. And they've held that patent for over a couple decades now. I've known about it for a couple of decades.
It is a disgusting conversation to have because it shows the blatant hypocrisy of the United States government to keep maintaining this. This was only made illegal 70 years ago. 70 years ago, and the reason it was made illegal was to control the black population, the Hispanic population. That's what it was designed to do. A lot of weed came out of Mexico, you know, the evil, dark, creeping in your mind, and next thing you know, you turn into a lesbian. You know,
And
reefer
also,
madness. Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, it was made.
See, I smoked it.
You know,
My feminine side turned into a lesbian. See?
That's just it's great.
It was made.
I have a feminine side. She likes girls. See what pot does to you?
It was made illegal for that reason, but there were a lot
Fucking
of lobbyists.
conspiracy. What's that, Michael?
It was made illegal for those reasons. You're right, but there were a lot of lobbyists also in there. William Randolph Hearst ran most of the rag newspapers at the time. He had already purchased farms for growing paper, pulp paper, not hemp paper.
Hemp.
He actually lobbied to keep the pulp paper industry going just for his newspaper thing. He paid back then hundreds of thousands of dollars in lobby money to keep hemp illegal for the paper industry.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if
It
you live
is.
out in California, you know that name, Hearst.
Yep.
Hey, John,
Hey, what year? What circa? What year was that?
Michael.
In the 30s, 1930s.
Yeah, the same time electric cars were squashed, right?
Well, yeah, Ford had actually. There is on YouTube Henry
Again.
Ford car made out of hemp oil. The guy's taking a sledgehammer to the car and it won't dent. It runs on hemp and it's made out of hemp.
Got to kill that.
Yeah.
We won't have any of that bullshit around here. Yes, it is a conspiracy amongst corporations and the government, because you got to throw the government in there, because the government damn well knows it's not a Schedule 1 drug. Make that clear. Marijuana is not. You have never heard of anybody, I don't give a fuck where you're from, of anybody overdosing on marijuana. You smoke it all day long, you're not going to die. You know, you just probably won't get out of bed very much, but, you know.
There's another damn thing that goes along with that. I've never known somebody to smoke a couple of joints, get in their car, and
No.
crash into a school bus full of kids.
No.
It just never
A
happens.
drunk will run a stop sign in a heartbeat. A stoner will stop at the red, wait for it to turn green. He'll stop at the stop sign and wait for it to turn green. That's the worst you're going to get out of a stoner. You know, no, it's not that. It's not the mad, what is it? The reefer madness of the 30s. No.
Oh, hell no.
And the world is coming to that, but the overall picture is, although we want it for, we want it for recreational use, we want it for medicinal purposes that we know of, but the reach is far greater. Because of the fact that we're not allowed to do testing in the United States, we can't say whether or not marijuana works on cancer cells. Yeah, it does. Go ask Israel. Go ask other countries that are doing that research. And maybe do that research here to find out the truth of it, instead of just sticking your thumb up your ass and going, well, nope, can't do it. You know, we got laws.
There's another.
Fuck your laws.
There's another law, man.
what kind
Another
of paper
law.
constitutions printed on?
What's that, Michael?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I'm
I didn't
sorry. Maybe it was Curtis.
I said, John, do you know what kind of paper the Constitution was printed on?
Hemp. It was
Yes.
written on hemp. And until the 1930s, hemp was used in a lot of products. We used it out the wazoo. George Washington grew it by the fucking fields. Are you shitting me? It was demonized strictly as a social issue to control non-whites. That's what it was. Let's be plain and simple. That's what it was. And to provide cheap labor for the prison system. That's what it was.
And that's still going on.
That is still going on. It goes on here in Texas every fucking day. Are you shitting me? You know, it's illegal here. Everybody knows it's illegal here. Can you find it here on every fucking corner you want? You know, I'm exaggerating that point, but it's available. It has always been available. You cannot fucking put a law out there, to regulate morality. Prohibition taught us that. Oh, alcohol, illegal. Are you shitting me? Gin joint around every corner. Bathtub gin. A lot of people died making that shit. You know.
Not for nothing.
Yeah.
But if you want to look at prohibition and you believe in the Bible.
Hey.
Careful.
There you go.
Slope.
Hey, who put that plant down here? Who did that? Who? Somebody did that. See? You know, that's the problem with it, Michael. It is something that Bubba can grow in his backyard, and it cures his anxiety. It might help with a stomach ailment. It might make you a jollier fellow. It might help you sleep at night. You know,
I swear that
take away your pain.
And help take away your pain.
I swear that it actually saved my life.
I
truly,
Michael, I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah.
You know,
I was in such a rough place in my childhood that I started smoking weed at the age of 10, and I swear it saved my life. That and music.
I started after I got in the military because everybody had a reason to get stoned.
Didn't they tell you weren't supposed to do that, John?
Yeah, that's what they told you. Yeah, a lot of people when they join the military, a lot of times, are the first time they're exposed to certain drugs, and marijuana being pretty prevalent. I was stationed in California. My God, you know, it's like, shit. Where wasn't it? And just for that, you know, it's been in the public domain this whole time for 70 years since they made it illegal, and
yeah. Hey! My
counties made it stay alive.
Yeah.
My first time smoking it was 14 years old, and it was some ditch ass weed. It was nasty.
No shit.
But you know, through my life, I grew it. I'm 56 years old, and I grew it illegally until it got legal, and I stopped growing it because it got so plentiful.
Fuck yeah. See, Curtis, you just came in here to ruin my goddamn day. My first joint was in 1969. My brother was fixing to go to Vietnam. And, we got high together. Had one of them brotherly talks about how much we loved each other and all sorts of other mushy shit, and I worried about him and all this other crap. And, that was my first experience, 1969. And, I haven't quit since then. You know, even through my careers, always in the background. It's never been prominent in my life. It has become more prominent in my life since I retired because I ain't got to worry about it no more. But
the government patent that I mentioned,
right,
was taken out in 1998.
1998. Now, see, the government knows. 1998, we're not stupid. You know, the debate has been going on for a long time by 1998. You know,
right.
The government is playing that game of, well, we want to get a handle of it when it does. Because eventually it's going to be, because of stories like I watched, where I'm seeing a small child's brain tumor being almost eradicated without chemotherapy. That's what the decision was for a lot of these families that chose this, and they were pained with the decision because of the social enigma that's been put on weed. You know, you're going to put your child on weed, on marijuana? Yes, because it has shown to work in the way it's processed. And we're talking about specific oils from specific plants. That's how come they really stressing the point that the research needs to be done because, Bubba Kush ain't the same as, I don't know, Blue Dream or something. You know, the different strains have different chemicals in them, and they react differently in the body. And when you isolate certain cannabinoids in the plant itself, not just the THC, but other cannabinoids, and they would put them in the petri dish with cancer cells. And guess what? Boom, there you go. You know, but we can't do the testing. We can't do the, like I said, the clinical testing. You know, where you have a group and half of them get the product and half of them get a placebo. We can't do that here to prove whether or not it does because of it's on the Schedule 1 list.
I volunteer.
Yeah, you volunteer? You volunteer?
Yeah.
I think they could all take most of us just doing tests on all of us, and we're all doing pretty damn good. I consider it a way to stay off of drugs. I do.
Envy was on 3 anxiety medicines when she went to California. And it was, the medicines were really, they helped, but they were also fucking her up. Excuse me.
Yes. No, that's
Anyhow,
exactly what happens.
So she decided that they had all the dispensaries and everything there.
Right.
And she went down and she was talking to this one dispensary. And she went to using some of the chewables for depression and anxiety and stuff. And it worked. She got completely off, and that's what, to this day, that's what she uses to control her anxieties, is chewables.
You think I'm gonna let the wrong mouse? I'm not. Well, back up this conversation. I'm not gonna let that comment go by. Where is it? Jeanette Miller. Boy, howdy.
Yeah, Jeanette.
Jeanette Miller wrote, in case you missed it in the chat, we don't want you to miss stuff like this because this is information you can store in your head. Jeanette Miller says it was 1966 for me. It was a body painting party. There were brownies. Clothes may have been optional. I'm not sure. Hey, it was the 60s. There's a lot of shit happened in the 60s.
Me, it was 1975, and it was Maui Wowie.
Maui Wowie.
And the sad thing is, folks, I am allergic to marijuana. To smoke it, I break out in hives.
No shit. I'm gonna pray for you.
And so you guys can have all of my share.
That's how come I'm taking up your slack. See, just to
Okay.
save people like you. Just
Now,
No,
I've had
it
people
is,
say
you know-
maybe something might have been introduced into that probably caused it, but I didn't want to take a chance. I like breathing.
I treat it socially as a recreational item, but in my heart, no. I take one pill in the morning. That's my blood pressure medicine. Trying to work, and that's it. I take an over-the-counter sleeping aid at night to try to help me get to sleep, and that's it. I don't want to take anything else, except for now these, there's, like I say, I have a lidocaine patch right now on both shoulders, and lidocaine is, that's the numbing agent they give you when you go stitch your ass up, and it absorbs into my shoulders, and because I'm having some pretty extreme pain, and as much trees helps, it's some of it just gets intense. But I'm using the hell out of trees because if it hurts in the shoulders, the arms hurt, the backs hurt, every freaking thing hurts. I know she's out there listening. I'm just saying, maybe we ought to think of a trees soap.
Or she could start putting them in different colors, and we could have body shaming parties.
There you go. There you go. I'm just saying that the technology advanced, the soap part, I'm thinking, well, I'm in there rubbing it all over my body. Surely that would help. Where does it hurt? Every freaking where. Bernadette, start working on that soap idea, dear.
Bernadette, I know you can hear me.
What?
Can you put it in colors for body paints?
Yes.
Speak up, my
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. You could make it could be a fun experience. Clothes could be optional. Wait a minute. Stephanie Dean and Jake Clayton aren't in the room, are they? I'm swearing. I'm getting messages. A hose was involved, people. That's all I'm saying. Things get a little out of control. Had to cool somebody off, so, get the hose out. And, it's always wonderful when you get a message from the Blue Dot and you go, what? He did what? Anyway, where's my banger? Catman56 came in with a donation and said, alcohol will kill you or somebody else. Marijuana, you are hungry and ready for a nap. There you go.
Right.
It's one of the worst that's going to happen. You're gonna have a strange desire for honey buns or cupcakes or some shit. I hate going to the store after I smoke. I'm one of them kind of people. Everything looks good. Shit, yeah. And Clay Ben Treese Jr. came in with a donation. Thank you, Ben. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. I'm glad to see you still in there. And Sheila Y loves sunsets, and who doesn't? Well, I love them anyway. $5 and said, my first time was also in 1969, and it was hash. Woo, baby. The first time I really had a great experience with hash was the short narrative is I've been welding ever since I was a kid. My dad had a welding machine, weld on the boat trailer shit. I learned how to weld before I 16 years old, first jobs in shipyards. Anyway, I know how to weld. Been out on pipelines, but I've never been trained in it, and I don't have any papers. So I decided to go to this school in Louisiana, in New Orleans, welding school there, so I can go through their class, and let me get the papers here. Let's get some certifications going here and improve my income. And so now I'm going to a school, pulling up with my welding rig, with my big Lincoln SA200 in the back, gasoline-powered welding machine, torch, everything. Pulling up at the welding school and enrolling in junior class, and I'm in the junior class. Anyway, I already have a hand. I can weld. I'm here to go through the class and get the paperwork. This guy comes up to me, and he knows I smoke. Huh? I'll make it.
John with the golden arm.
What's that?
The golden arm, man.
The golden.
The golden.
Gold 9.
Am I not coming through?
Yeah, my brain might not be working. Gold.
Oh.
Or my ears, one. Could be my ears.
Welder. The welder with the golden.
Oh! You see, I just had to hear the word welder. Are you shitting me? Some of the best welds I've ever made. I'm high as hell. I'm stoned on my butt. I am in the puddle, they call it. You know what I'm talking about. You're in the puddle. You're concentrating on that shit. Making dimes, one dime after another dime after another dime. That's what you do.
That's right.
Anyway, back to the school thing. This kid walks up to me and he says, man, if you do my test, I'll give you some hash. Really? Well, I'm out, and I don't know a whole lot of people in New Orleans, and so I said, yeah, bring me your plates, man. So the deal is, you go get your plates, and they stamp them, and you go in your booth, and you make your weld, and you take it back to the inspector, and if you pass, you go up to the next grade. Okay, I shouldn't have done it, but he's talking hash. Okay. Not one of the things I'm proud of in life, but okay, brings me and I zip them things together, and it looks real good. And of course, he was under suspicion just for that reason. But getting back to the hash part, I thought little piece of hash. No, he brings me a whole freaking brick. I mean, a whole brick of hash. And this is a long time ago and not here, so I think statute of limitations have run out on this one. But man, I gave hunks of that shit away. I smoked it forever. I was Mr. Candyman, handing it out to everybody I know. Shit. Roll it up with your joint. It'll be fine. That was my first experience with hash. I barely even knew what it was when I got it.
A full brick. Oh
A
my
A
God.
full freaking brick. And
I
man,
didn't know what it was either. My older brother, who was 11 years older than I am now, I found he had this what do you call it, mason jar in his room with some needles sticking up out of the front of it, and it was all smoky on the inside, and I couldn't figure out what he was doing with it. And then one day I figured it out. He was sticking a piece of hash on the top of that needle and lighting it up, and huffing it off the bottom of the freaking mason jar.
yes, welcome to tonight's episode of Marijuana BS. We go where the
That's all I
conversation
learned.
goes here. It could be about
That's the
Ukraine.
only-
It could be about politics. It could be about weed. Never know what. Right
That's the only thing I know about.
Huh? Get Bernadette in here. We got to get her making some soap. I'm telling you. Oh shit.
Come
Hey,
on,
Bernadette.
Bernadette.
Let me say thank you to
Hello.
Keith Beal. Keith's in the room. Thank you,
Hello.
Keith, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "Glory to Ukraine. We are with you." Finer words couldn't be said right now. Keith, I am right there with you, baby. You know, I just found out the blue and the yellow. The blue is for the sky and yellow is for the wheat. They are large producers of grain over there. They export a lot. That's kind of like why they want a little access to the sea that Russia wants to take away from them. Yeah. You know, we can
So
sit
it's all
here
over their
and discuss.
keyboard, huh?
We can sit here and discuss pot and laugh and discuss the medicinal benefits of it, all of that stuff. But right now, yeah, the world is suffering. Ukraine is suffering. You know, I have to ask myself, what's going to go on tonight when I sleep? What's going to happen over in Ukraine tonight? And it's heartbreaking, baby. It really is.
You think Zelensky and Putin will get together and have a discussion, John?
I don't think so. I don't think Putin will do it. I really don't. I think he would be very. It would show weakness. Putin's like thinking he's dealing from a position of power right now, and to a degree, he is.
Sure.
Putin's gonna ghost him. That's all there is to it. He's just gonna ghostlight him.
You know,
Well, one of the suggestions I've heard is that we have to give Putin an out.
Yeah.
You know, we have to give him a way to hold his dignity, but not the fuck off. You know.
You're exactly right.
If somebody accidentally pee on his foot.
This is all strategic moves. You need to do it softly.
that is the other side of the yin and
Back
yang.
away
Of,
from
yes,
the
the back and
crazy
forth within your own brain. We do have to find a negotiable piece out of this, and to do that, you have to give Putin a way out with some kind of dignity, or he's not going to do it. You know, you got to give him that road, but
back easily away from the crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
And just let
get the fuck
go
away
ahead.
from the button, dickhead. But yeah, what they're asking right now is they want Crimea to be recognized as Russian property. They want the Donbass regions to be declared independent states. And we have Zelensky already saying that the integrity of their borders will not change. They don't want to give up their land. So it's an impasse right there.
There's the NATO thing.
Huh?
Said there's the NATO thing.
There is the NATO thing, and that's the, it's if we're talking about NATO, Keith, we're talking about World War III, and that's exactly what Zelensky said, was that if Putin will not negotiate, then we're already entering into World War III. He's not going to stop in Ukraine.
Right.
And is the world just going to stand back and allow Russia to just take Ukraine and then just turn us back and go, well, sorry, we tried, but that's it?
I think there's something working inside Russia, more than just a people uprising. I think there's more going on.
I want to think that, because it would be the reasonable thing to to transpire from the information that will eventually and is right now getting into Russia. This big old huge ass rally that you saw Putin have, it wasn't really just a cordial invitation to come. It was pretty well stressed that everybody had to go to this thing. And
it was like a Trump rally, man. He paid guys.
It was a Trump rally. That's the thing. There is no difference between Putin and Trump. There is no difference. Putin is the richest man in the world, they say. That's what Donnie wants to be. That's what they want the power, the control for, is to gather their wealth. Trump is no different than that. You give him the opportunity, he would rape this country and bend it over backwards. That's what's so disgusting when I see Trump supporters is, really, you tell me one thing the man ever did for this country. Not a squatting ass thing. Nothing. Now they're investigating as to exactly how much money he made off while he was president. And we will find out. We'll find out. It's going to be freaking millions, if not billions of fucking dollars that he managed to con one way or another out of this government. Because that's who Trump is. He told you so. He don't believe in paying taxes. Chumps pay taxes.
That he's going backwards. It's the same way. It's about the same speed as the nuclear clock's going forward.
Yes, a little closer to doomsday.
Good point.
TikTok. It is a scary world right now.
Did you guys hear that he's put under house arrest? Some of his generals and
who?
People like that.
Oh, we're knocking Russian generals off left and right over there. Ukrainians are.
Oh,
5 so far. Shit, gonna run out of generals, man.
Especially with them using their cell phones.
What's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
I said one of them was taken out for using a cell phone.
No shit. Gee, hi, Mom. Boom. Curtis, you were going to say something?
Oh, he's firing his staff. He's like fired like 1,000 of the staff or something.
Yes, I just heard. I saw the headline. I haven't read the story. There was a big turnover in his staff. Ooh, getting a little nervous, are we?
Just like Trump.
Yeah. He'll end up being
paranoid.
paranoid just because the truth will get out there. And as the truth filters full through his layers of bullshit, then Russians will understand, hey, we're getting fucked over here.
They already know. 90% of them probably do know that.
Yeah. Well, it's heartbreaking. They say most of the older generation are still pro-Putin fans, and most of the younger generation over there are not. And but
just like the older generation here watches Fox News, and the younger generation does not.
Yeah, by demographics, yeah, a lot of older people tune into Fox News, which is I have people I know that's all they watch is Fox News.
Well,
Or they were 5 years ago, last time I talked to them, so I assume they're still watching that shit. Let me thank S. Warren, who came in with a $5 donation and says, remember, smoking hash with a needle stuck through it under a glass drinking glass. A glass drinking glass. Remember? Yes, I do. You get it all over there, let the glass out. Yeah. We used to take our roaches and get 2 butter knives real hot, put the roach right in there and smash it between 2 butter roaches. Boom, get a big...
Circa 1977.
77, really? That's the year Mom and I got married.
Yeah, that's about when I discovered that.
The year I graduated high school.
There you go. There's very few people in the United States that have not experienced marijuana at one point in their life. And most of those people that haven't, I don't know, praise be unto the Lord and go back to church. I have no idea. You just about have to be under a rock not to have tried it in my lifetime. If you're up in your 60s and you haven't tried it, I'm looking at you like, really? None? Ever? No? Well, good for you.
I'm one of these.
Huh?
I smoked it. I graduated in 1972. So prior to
72.
that, I was still in high school. Yeah, long time ago. We barely had a wheel. Anyhow,
Uh,
I was at this party. I had never smoked it before. Okay. And so I smoked some of it. And I was sitting there and headphones on, and I had Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon on. Now, if anybody knows Dark Side of the Moon,
Yeah.
I was in a place, John. Not quite sure where that place was, but I was
Yeah.
in a place.
I can relate. You know,
8-track.
and really,
I,
it's your own desire to be in that place, and I think that's what pot does to a lot of people. It allows you to enter into that space that you want to, whatever you want to call that. Some people just call it, I got high. I sat down on the couch and vegetated out watching Captain Kangaroo, but you were just staring at Captain Kangaroo.
John.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what I wanted, but I knew I wanted it again.
Yeah, I just knew I was too lazy to get up and change the channel. Yeah, this is good. Well, hold on, I want to see the kangaroo guy.
Can I put one more thing in?
What? Go ahead.
My dad turns 90 this year, and he started smoking pot when it became legal in Michigan.
Really?
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Right on.
Good. Good. I do. I think it has a lot to offer a lot of people. As a lot of us older who have been smoking it, I get really tickled when I see somebody really young and like they take a hit of weed or something like that. When I'm talking about they're 20 years old or something, and they're sitting there going, "Wow, what are you smoking? I didn't get none of that shit. No. Back up the bus. You're not that fucking high. Just enjoy it. You're not going to space."
I had a very kind of open relationship with my kids, 4 girls,
Right.
and I set them down when they were like 17, 16, 14, and Envy was too young at that time, and I says, okay, you 3 older girls, how many of you tried pot? No ramifications, how many of you did? All 3 of them raised their hands. I says, how many of you like it? Only 1 raised their hands.
Yeah.
Oh.
Travis does not like it. I keep looking at him. Going, what's wrong with you? Is something wrong? No, it's not for everybody.
If I had not liked it, I would have saved a lot of money.
What, Travis?
No, I just said it
I
affects
wouldn't
people
have
differently.
Yeah, it does. It affects people differently, and I'm glad he doesn't. That's fine. I'm happy that he doesn't. I don't want to share it. So it's simple. I ain't got enough.
Fair enough.
Shit
fair
costs
enough.
money.
Cost you more.
No, I'm old. If I don't start relaxing, and I don't now. Again, I got lidocaine patches on, but I'm not going to the doctor going, oh, I need some heavy ass drugs to handle my pain. No.
Yeah, give me some oxycodone.
Yeah, give me some of that shit I hear everybody's dying of. No, I don't want none of that shit.
There at the end, they gave Wayne fentanyl patches.
Fentanyl patches, it scares the fuck out of me. These lidocaine patches, they're enough. But they're just a localized anesthetic. That's what these patches do. They numb the area, and they don't really numb it. They just
Fentanyl patch sounds like a
I
lottery.
don't want anything to do with fentanyl or hydrocodone. None of that shit. I've seen too many horror stories on TV, and people get addicted to it, and it's horrible trying to get
It's
off
terrible.
of it. So yeah, and by the way, pot helps with that too. And it's organic, and we need. I'm telling you, the world needs Pre's Trees soap. I'm thinking that's what the world needs. Somebody that you could just take something like that, go into the freaking shower, Bernadette, just wash all over the place.
John,
Are you working on it?
I'll get you.
Huh?
And you're available to help me out. We will get that going on.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking it's a good product. Shit, it hurts all over. Fuck. Need
was
something that
having a
moves
blast.
it all over the place. How are you doing, Bernadette?
It's not a bad idea. I'm still working on the soap thing. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm slowly but surely still gathering. I think what scares me about the whole soap thing is the lie part. I'm not ready to
Yeah.
mess around with light.
Yeah, you got to
yet,
get the
so,
cleaning part in there too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So
Bernadette, what
yes,
about body paint?
paints, body paints. There's
Yeah.
it. I've never thought about
Velda
body
Velda saw that
body
comment
paint.
in the
I-
chat, and all of a
I'm
sudden
not-
Velda's into body paints.
Oh, I've always been
I'm
into
just
body
saying.
paint.
They
I'm
need to
just
make
saying.
body paints because I've never been artistic that way. Mine is a logical mind. I fix things.
Okay.
I make.
Yeah, if we're
things, I
taking
fix
clothes
things.
off, I'm not really mindset
I'm
on
not
painting.
the artsy fartsy type.
I'm just
There is edible
Just saying.
art paint.
Maybe if
Body-
we have a get together
Edible
again, Bill,
body
we can-
art paint. There is.
Okay.
maybe if we have another get together, John Belda can show us how to do that.
Yeah,
body art.
yeah. We'll get some- we're gonna have how to at the Blue Dot. I wish we could have another Blue Dot meeting. I had so
it's
much
just
fun
use
at the
your
last one.
imagination. It'll take you everywhere.
Now Mitch
You
is
know-
going to be
you
in
know, you
Galveston
can-
sometime in this fall. I can't remember exactly what day it is. Him and Julie are going to take a cruise, and they're going to end up in Galveston, which is a
Right on.
drive, 4-hour drive for me, but doable. 4 hours. Yeah. Yep, 4 hours. Shit.
Two more and go to
That's what I'm saying.
Texarkana
Getting
and
out
do
of
some
Texas,
shopping.
anytime you go to leave this state, half your journey is getting out of Texas. Once you get out
John,
of
if you
Texas,
do
states
that-
just seem to fly by.
If you take that 4-hour drive, take 2 more and go to Texarkana to the candy store.
They got a candy store, and but then you got come back across the border, and that's illegal. I don't want to get busted on the road with my wife, and then end up in jail, and she ain't got the bail money, and then fucking down on it.
No,
It's a whole
okay,
story
gotcha.
goes through my head. I'm telling you. No, Bernadette, I think soap would be a grand idea.
Soap would be a grand idea. I'm working my courage up to make soap, and with soap, you gotta get a recipe, and then you gotta perfect that thing, so it's not gonna come out
Yeah.
first time out.
But just think if you were to hit a niche,
I know.
because that bar soap, I have Terry up by here in Texas. I forgot where she lives. Terry and Richard, who came down for the reunion there in San Antonio, she sent us some soap that is just it's fantastic. Beekman or something like that. Beekman, Mama knows. It's a beautiful soap thing, and high end. But you get the right niche.
That's soap is one of those things that's on my
Good.
project,
Good.
my list of things
Great
to
minds think
do,
alike.
and I have been collecting molds and the equipment to do it with. I have not gone out and purchased the freaking lye because I'm scared to death of that shit.
I know
okay?
it is. Lye is a
I'm trying to blow
powerful.
the place
Yeah, it's
up, okay?
caustic. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to be
exactly.
careful
and
with
it
that
could
shit.
go kaboom if you don't.
Yeah.
I know. I've watched a shit
A
ton
lot
of
of-
videos.
Yes.
Read a lot of books on it and the whole bit, and they tell you how to
man.
do it. It's
You have to
just-
be
there's
careful
this
with
natural
certain
fear.
with
Yeah.
even around the house. You have to be careful of what products you
What
combine.
chemicals you mix together.
Yeah, that you mix
exactly.
together. You could be mixing
Exactly.
together something to knock your ass right out,
Yep.
or burn your house down. A lot of
Yep.
people will store chlorine, for their pool, their swimming pool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they'll put it in the garage. And,
Yeah.
lo and behold, right above it, there is an old can of brake fluid that's leaking. And I guarantee you throw brake fluid and
And chlorine
together, you
Yeah.
got problems. Something's going to burn down real quick.
You keep around.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to deal with the lye just yet. So.
Yeah.
My
So-
mom used to make lye soap all the time,
Oh, I'm not letting that
and
go.
from used grease and stuff.
Absolutely. You can use lard or animal fat renderings and things like that.
And
Yeah.
so,
Tallow.
but I never
tallow.
paid attention to. She always made me
Yeah,
stand about
see?
15 foot back where I couldn't really see what she was doing. So
Can you say meth lab?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? You know
Just
what? Check
Breaking
it out.
Bad come to mind. You're in an
watched
RV
Breaking
with
Bad. I
a
watched Breaking Bad, and I ain't trying to do all
Yeah,
that.
no
Okay.
shit.
Shit.
Oh, I got two
No,
things I got to
sometimes
catch
you
up on here.
notice, and it can be a little, you
She
know.
always did it outside, though. She never
Yes.
did it inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
want
see,
good
I
ventilation.
can understand that, and so I don't know. I'm working on it, John. But you know what? Check it out. I got thermometers and mixing bowls and everything,
Right?
oils, everything except
Everything
for
glass.
the lye.
Except for you're all ready to go except for that caustic shit.
Pretty
Don't they have a
much,
substitute?
pretty much. So,
Some organic?
No.
No,
they
gotta
have
be
they
lye.
have products that you just mix with water and heat up and shit like that.
Yeah.
But that's not natural soap making process
No,
to me.
no.
You know, there's the sponification that it has to go through by mixing the things together. See, I've been reading about this stuff, and I'm gathering all the information. I just have to
I
gather
am not
the
surprised. I am not
So-
If
surprised
you
at all.
learn how to do it, show me how to do it. I taught
Exactly.
you how to can.
Exactly.
You learn how to do it,
And
send me a
Velda,
boy. That's what,
you know that every time I can, I feel like I have a
Oh.
pressure bomb on my stove, and I'm
You're not the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
one.
yeah,
going
it's
over there, poke it
fearful,
with a
you know,
stick.
there's some fearful
Turn it
shit.
out. I don't want to get close.
I sit on, I
scary.
take a book and my cigarettes, and I sit there and I watch that gauge
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, you have to.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
All right, let me send out a thank you to Catman56 who came in with another donation and said, "Where would the world be if the Trump and Putin would be in power?" Well, buddy, they weren't. They were in power not long ago. Thank goodness we got rid of one of them. And I have another thing to catch up on here because I know I have another short story here because this will really be short. Paula in the chat wrote, "In Austin, we have Hippie Hollow, clothing optional." Hippie Hollow is on
Okay.
Lake Travis. I understand. I heard the story. Yeah, that's what the ticket is. Yeah, that's what it is. Somebody told me a story about going there one time. He had a buddy that we had become divers, so we're scuba divers. We thought, hey, you know what's a great idea? You know, we could go up to Lake Travis, jump in the water in the boat naked, except for your gear, and then come out of the water right at Hippie Hollow.
Things appear 3 to 5 times larger underwater.
Yes, they do. It's cold lake too. Not necessarily a great idea. I'd say we thought it was a
That's
pretty
funny.
good idea. And no, it didn't work, and we got right back in the water and went right back out to the boat and acted like we never fucking did it. Never talked about it again. That was not a good idea. Okay. Besides that, I got
There's
a belt
no-
getting in my crotch down here. And anyway.
Tons of places in California like that.
Oh yeah, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're all over.
Anyway, before
Especially in Northern
we get
California.
into the conversation, the nudist beaches all around the United States.
Right.
I guess we ought to wrap it up for the evening. It's been a lively conversation, and I want to thank everybody for joining in the conversation. Like I said, it's not always about politics. It doesn't always have to be about war or other serious social issues. Sometimes we can just have a good time talking about pot or nude beaches or whatever it is that the conversation goes. And if you think this was entertaining, please come by and join the Discord group. You can go to bluedotintexas.com. There's instructions on there on how to get Discord downloaded and join the group. You can come into the Blue Room because if you think this chat is good, you ought to come into the Blue Room after the show. That's where the conversation goes, baby. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in and visiting tonight. Keith, thank you so much, brother. We appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. And Kathy, is she off the floor yet?
Oh, she's not here.
Oh, what did you do with her,
I don't know
Keith?
where she's at. She's working someplace.
Boy, howdy.
She does.
What are you, Scrooge, making her work this late at night? Come on, buddy.
Oh, she just works. You can't stop her.
Energizer buddy, huh? Just keeps
Yeah.
right on going. Well, good for her. Good for her. I wish I had
can't
that
remember
energy.
when that was a good thing.
I have that energy during the day, and then I come in at night and I hurt everywhere yeah, anyway. Keith, thank you for being here, brother. I love you. Thanks a lot.
Right, bye.
All right, bye. And Curtis, thank you, sir. coming in and joining the conversation tonight.
Well, thank you very much. First time here. I'm happy you put up with my bullshit.
Well, don't make it the last time you're here. Bring your bullshit anytime you want. Bring your bullshit over here. That's what we're here to discuss. Your bullshit.
All right.
So,
all right. Good. Have
please.
a good night.
You bet. We thank you for coming in here, brother. And let me see. Michael James, always a
Yes,
pleasure,
sir.
brother. Always a pleasure whenever you're in the room. We thank you very much.
You're the best part of my day, John. All you guys. Thank you so much.
Feelings the same. And we appreciate it. And Velda, baby, what can I say? Anytime you come, I'm so happy to see you tonight when you was in the audience there. I was tickled. Ooh, Velda's here.
I'm glad.
The mother hen of the
glad
group,
I
baby.
got on. I was so glad to get in.
Yeah.
My internet is holding.
It's holding up,
takes me
baby.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to
I'm
get into
surprised.
discussion about the body painting thing, but we are tickled to death to have you here, baby.
Quit sending me your fucking butterflies.
Baby, I love you. Thank you so much for being here.
Love you too.
And Bernadette, I knew you'd be
Yes,
on
sir.
top of the soap thing. I didn't. I just thought about it recently, but I figured you'd already be on top of that stuff.
Oh, I think about a lot of things. I have plenty of smoke.
There you go. Plenty of time to sit there and think about shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you have not tried Priest Trees for what ails you, whatever you hurt, your muscles hurt, this hurts, the other. If you have not tried some of Bernadette's Priest Trees, then you're cheating yourself out of some comfort, some pain relief that really works, and it comes from a blue dot.
I have a broken back, and it helped me. I
Yeah.
got serious. Yeah,
Blessings.
it's serious good stuff.
Yeah, it really does, and you can find that
Thank you, guys.
at
I
Priest
appreciate that.
Trees. You can write Priest Trees at asis.com. That's PREESTREES at asis.com. You could write to her, and we're not lying. This is not a
Talk to me. Let me know
Really
what's up.
good.
Yeah. There are a lot of endorsements for Bernadette's product, and because it works, and we couldn't thank her enough for her shit. We love your shit, Bernadette.
Thank you, John.
I love you, baby.
appreciate it.
Thank you for being
I
here
love
again.
you back.
All right.
No problem.
And for the rest of the Blue Dot family on YouTube, on Facebook, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this family. Thank you for joining the conversation tonight. And Mañana starts a new week. Monday comes. I'm off Monday because Mondays suck. Remember, that's the message
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember to get out there. Mondays suck.
Mondays do suck.
So John doesn't do fucking Mondays. There's shit always happens on Monday, and I'm running late. Anyway, it's going to be a new day tomorrow. So try to put a smile on your heart, smile on somebody else's face. It makes your day go by a little bit better, and it just brings out the sunshine inside of you. Doesn't that sound neat? Yeah, libtards. What do you go figure? Anyway, y'all say goodnight to each other.
Good night.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. We'll be back here Tuesday for another Blue Dot family meeting. Y'all